it's making the experience seamless for the user or a person, just being a human being walking around in the world. And again, I really like to use non-tech examples because that's when we start to get into the rabbit hole of what UX isn't. It's not graphic design. It's
Mhm.
not making things pretty. And I've had jobs before, and many designers have had, user experience designers where someone will be like, make this deck look pretty, or do this graphic design thing, or do this marketing deck. And that's not what user experience design is. It is not solely the aesthetic of design. It is about the intuitiveness of the experience. And that's my, as a classic UX professional, I cannot give you a one sentence answer. So that's my
That's that's actually perfect. That's actually perfect. And you know, my experience with UX didn't become more apparent until you know we started Niche Fire. So you know, kind of getting people to come test out, and especially on an application where you're trying to provide like insights, right? You have to have a good UX experience because um, this space that we're in is very technical, and if you become too hard, people will just be like, "Get it out of here" really quickly. So, thank you for explaining it that way because I think that's very helpful. And again, everyone that may tune in might not be aware of what UX is, so I think that does a great job of kind of bridging that gap right there. So, I want to talk about some of the more interesting things like. Um, when we talk about social media data or social insights, um, how can that type of data inform ethical UX design, especially in context to just consent education, preventing different types of things from happening within certain apps? Like how can social data play into the design, a UX design from those fronts?
Absolutely. I think so many ways. So, when I was thinking about the chats that we were going to have today, I was thinking about, different applications of it. And I'll start with the first thing that came to my mind, and I was exploring a little bit of this on Nichefire, is purely, and this is like the more, I guess, obvious application of it, is understanding what like people are saying about consent education, and not in a traditional way, not like literally looking up consent education, but what are their views on sex and sexuality? How are those changing? What are the hot topics in terms of consent? We know that like frequently, and like in my academic research, this honestly having this fire when I was doing my like data collection would have been super useful.